The biggest mistakes I see hair colorists make is they choose their formula before they've done a proper analysis. So in the previous video, we covered how to analyze that hair to get the right formulation for that color. So let's dive into a little bit deeper on that. What formula chasing looks like is the client sits down. We don't do a proper analysis. We don't ask them about any changes. And we just mix up the previous formula we used last time because it's always worked. And I hear that a lot. It's always worked. And we apply to the hair and the color doesn't quite work out. So what we do is we blame the color and we ring our technical hotline or your educator and say, is it a bad batch? Is there something wrong? The color didn't work. Where so much happens in between each color service. When you don't read the hair every single time you go to apply color, you miss out on things like changes the percentage of white hair. It's true, in between visits, people can get more white hair, which will make it more difficult to cover if your formulation hasn't changed. The other thing is that condition changes. They may be doing more heat styling. They may have changed the products they're using. They may not be as good. The porosity has changed. There's so many things that can have happened that we don't pick up if we don't do a thorough consultation and analysis before we decide to mix up that color formula. So the canvas is never identical from time to time. Percentage of fading, all these sorts of things can change the result we're going to do when we apply that color. So a good colorist analyzes the hair every time and formulates for what they have in front of them at that particular point of time. It makes for a much calmer and more accurate color service. So thank you very much for joining me today, and I'll be back in a couple of days with some more information.